What is up, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I have my predictions for week 9. Yes, week 9. That's insane to say to me. College football is flying past so fast. Where did the time go? But yes, already week 9. Here's my predictions for week 9 of college football. Thank you for clicking on the video. I make college football content, and if you love college football, you'll love my channel. Please consider subscribing and liking, but let's hop into the video. Before I start the video, guys, I realize that this is my last post before Halloween, most likely. So I just want to wish all y'all a happy Halloween. And, of course, I want to wish a happy birthday to the GOAT, the greatest college football coach of all time, Nick Saban, as he turns 71. Happy birthday to him and happy Halloween. Now back to the video. Let's take a look at how I've done. Last week, I bounced back. Now, the week before, I was terrible. I'll admit it. If you watched my last video last week, I went 1 of 14 against the spread and 7 of 8 overall. That was terrible. But I had a much better week this week, going 8 of 1 overall. My only incorrect overall prediction was Texas losing to Oklahoma State. And versus the spread, I went 6 of 3. Finally, a positive spread prediction. Not very likely for me. I've been terrible against the spread this season. But on the season total, overall, I am 54 of 21 for a 72% correct percentage completion. And versus the spread, I am 29 of 46 for a 39% completion percentage. Predicted 75 games so far this season, and I plan to predict a lot more. Hopefully, I do better. Hopefully, I can climb up more and more, get those percentage numbers up. Let's hop into the predictions this week. Let's start off with the top 5 teams. I always do. Number 5, Clemson. They are on a bye, so I will not be predicting them. Number 4, Michigan. They have to play Michigan State this week. Michigan is favored by 21.5. Now, that's a lot of points, but I get it. Michigan has looked great. But, Michigan State, man, you never know. Rivalry game, anything could happen. Michigan State, though, has looked awful. I mean, terrible. And Michigan not getting enough respect from some people. And I think they play angry. I think they play like something to prove. Going to be at Michigan at the Big House. I think they win, and I think they cover. Give me Michigan 45-21. Michigan wins and beats Michigan State in a rivalry game. Then number 3, Tennessee, I'm going to save them for later. And number 2, Ohio State, I will also save for later in the video. Then number 1, Georgia is hosting the Florida Gators. Yes, a big rivalry game. The world's largest outdoor cocktail party, as it's called. Long name for a rivalry, but hey, a rivalry nonetheless. Georgia favored by 22. That's a lot of points. But, I understand. I'm insanely high on Georgia. A lot of their wins are just straight up really impressive. They have huge, and I mean huge, 40-point wins over a top 10 Oregon team and a top 25 South Carolina team. That's insane. And this weekend, they're going to get another big win, in my opinion, as they win and cover the spread. Give me Georgia 48-13. I'm not that big of an Anthony Richardson believer. I think Florida gets destroyed. And Georgia's simply that good. Let's take a look at some other games. Arkansas at Auburn. Arkansas favored by 4. Arkansas had a little bit of a disappointing season, in my opinion. I thought they potentially would only lose 1 game. But now they have 3 losses. But I don't think they take a loss here. I think they beat Auburn. Auburn has looked terrible. Harsin has looked terrible. Excuse me. Brian Harsin, the Auburn coach, won't have a job for much longer, I don't think. And I think Arkansas picks up a big win, covering the spread. Arkansas favored by 4. I think Arkansas wins 35-17. Arkansas wins and covers. Then we have Stanford at number 12 UCLA. This game not that great, but I wanted to throw a Pac-12 game in here. I wanted to cover all the conferences. So Stanford at number 12, UCLA. UCLA favored by 16.5. UCLA coming off that loss to Oregon. You know, Stanford has some impressive wins this season. Not many of them, Stanford. Not many of them, but they have a win or two here. As they haven't looked good this season. But I do think they'll give UCLA just a little bit of a struggle. Give me 38-24. UCLA wins, but they do not cover. Then Pitt at 21. North Carolina. North Carolina, man, only one loss, and that one loss was to a talented, maybe not good, but talented Notre Dame team. They're favored by 3.5, but you know, Pittman's underrated, looking good. Caden Slovis at quarterback, and you know, they took Tennessee, who it maybe didn't click at the time, but it's now very impressive. They took Tennessee to overtime earlier this season. And you know, I have a feeling that Pitt's going to get, I just have a feeling Pitt's going to get the upset. North Carolina's favored by 3.5, but I feel like Pitt's going to upset them. Give me the Pitt Panthers 45-42. Pitt wins in an upset. Then we have Notre Dame at 16 Syracuse. Syracuse favored by 3. And Notre Dame hasn't looked that great this season, but, you know, it's still Notre Dame. They're still talented. But give me Syracuse to bounce back versus Notre Dame. Give me Sean Tucker to get more touches. Hopefully he's pleased with his performance this week more than last, as I think Syracuse will bounce back and cover the spread. Give me Syracuse 28-17. Syracuse wins and covers. Then I have number 15, Ole Miss, -2.5, favored at Texas A&M. This one I think could be very, very close. Obviously, you can see that by the spread. Ole Miss, you know, just lost last week to LSU. It wasn't pretty. They're looking to bounce back, but you know, Texas A&M. Even though Texas A&M has looked awful this season, Texas A&M still has a lot of talent. Jimbo's an experienced coach, and Kyle Field is a just tough place to play at. But give me Ole Miss. I think they bounce back, and I think they win. Give me Ole Miss 42-35 as Ole Miss barely covers. And also, I will not be predicting Alabama this week as they have a bye week, as most of you would know. Let's take a look at our ranked versus ranked matchups, of which we have 3 this week. First up, we have number 9 Oklahoma State at 22 Kansas State. Kansas State with only 2 losses, one to TCU and the other to Tulane. Now, the Tulane loss was terrible, but they went on a string after that, beating some good teams. Lost to TCU, but Adrian Martinez was injured. Don't know if he'll be back for this game, but I think Oklahoma State wins either way. Kansas State is favored by a point or 1.5. But I think Oklahoma State wins and upsets them. I'm high on this Oklahoma State team now. Spencer Sanders is a great quarterback, and Mike Gundy is a great coach. Give me Oklahoma State to win 38-24. Oklahoma State wins in an upset. Then, number 19 Kentucky at number 3 Tennessee. Ooh, I know who I want to win. I know who I want to win. I definitely want Kentucky to win. I hate Tennessee. Roll Tide. But I don't see it happening. I think Tennessee wins. I think that high-flying Tennessee offense is too much, and I don't think Will Levis and the Kentucky Wildcats will keep up. I think Tennessee wins, and they'll go into Georgia. Both teams being undefeated, in my opinion. That'll be an interesting game I'll cover next week. But give me Tennessee 42-28. Tennessee wins and covers. And now, time for the game of the week. Ohio State, number 2 Ohio State at number 13 Penn State. Now, Ohio State looks incredible, obviously. CJ Stroud, that receiving core, I mean, just their whole team looks incredible. I'll give them credit. But Penn State, I'm high on them too. The quarterback play has been shaky at times, but they have a lot of talented players and a good roster, an experienced roster, experienced coach. And, you know, Penn State, tough place to play at. But I think Ohio State's too much. I think Ohio State will get the W. But I don't think Ohio State covers. Give me 38-28. Ohio State gets tested for the first real time this season, other than week 1 versus Notre Dame. But I still think Ohio State wins. Give me Ohio State 38-28. Ohio State wins, but does not cover. What do you think of my picks this week? What do you think I got wrong? What do you think I got right? Do you agree with me? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single one. I love hearing you guys' opinion. Thank you for watching, and peace out.